Hello, my name's Linda and I'm from City Life Church in Truro, and today in our assembly we're going to think about kindness. But before we do that, we're going to have an experiment. Do you like experiments? I love experiments. So what we need to do is we need to use water in our experiment. So I've got a glass of water here and I've got a vase of water here, and I need to change the colour of these two bits of water. So one of them I'm going to make blue. So here we are, little few drops of blue in there, and give that a stir. There we are, that big stir, and then I'm going to place the blue water in there. And the vase of water we're going to make yellow. I love yellow, especially yellow daffodils that we're seeing at the minute. Here we go, there's our yellow. And we'll give that a big stir too. There we are. And for our experiment, what we're going to do is we're going to pour the yellow water into this bowl around the blue water. And I wonder what's going to happen. Let's find out. Here we go. And it all goes. Do you think you might know what's going to happen? Let's see. There we are. In it all goes. There we go. Now, if you look very, very carefully, we started with blue water and we started with yellow water. But if we look really close, let's see what's happened to the colours. So we've put the yellow liquid in and we've got the blue liquid already in there. Let's see what's happened. Are you ready? This is pretty awesome. Here we go. Can you see a difference? Can you see what's changed? Wow, how cool is that? Can you see that there is blue on the top and there is green underneath? We now have a glass in the middle that's a little bit blue and a whole lot green. How awesome is that? So we've got the yellow liquid and we had the blue liquid, but something amazing happened. The blue turned into green. Wow, I wonder how that happened. It was amazing, wasn't it, that we put that yellow liquid in and it changed the blue liquid. And that's exactly what kindness does. If you're kind to somebody, it changes things. I wonder if you can think about a time when somebody was kind to you and that changed something for you. So a while back in lockdown, I recorded a story from the Bible about somebody that was super kind, that was really, really kind. And we're going to show that to you now. But as you're watching, have a little look and see if you can find the person that was really kind and a few people that weren't quite so nice. Enjoy the story. Once there was a man and he was walking along the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. It was a very long road. It was about 18 miles long, and it was dirty and it was dusty and it was hot, and there was no shelter walking along this road. It was a very long way. When suddenly, out of the back of the rocks came two robbers. And they jumped out and they knocked the man over and they took his bag and some of his clothes and his drinks and everything that he had. And they ran away and they left this poor man lying in the road. He tried to get up. Oh, it was no good. He'd been bashed and he'd been beaten and he was hurting. What was he going to do? The sun was streaming down and it was so hot. Then he could hear footsteps in the distance. There was a man coming. Perhaps the man will help me, thought the poor man lying on the road. Now Now this man, he was a priest from the temple in Jerusalem. And he was walking along the road, but from Jericho to Jerusalem. Here he goes, walking along the road. And he stopped and he saw the man. I wonder what he did. Well, he didn't stop. He walked quickly on by. Oh, that poor man, he thought, oh, why didn't he help me? I'm hurting and I'm aching and I'm hot and I haven't got any water and I can't get up. What am I going to do? Well, a little while later, another man came walking along the road. Here he is. Now this man was a man from the temple. And he was walking the 18 miles along the road, the dirty, dusty, hot road. Here he comes. Now I wonder what he's going to do. He didn't stop either. He walked on by, probably very quickly. He didn't even glance at the man, and off he went on his journey. Oh dear, this poor man, he's lying there on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho, and it's hot and it's dusty and it's rocky, and who's going to help him and what's he going to do? Then he could hear more footsteps coming along the road, but not just footsteps, some feet, some other feet too. Click, clop, click, clop, click, clop. Here he comes. It was a man. It was actually a Samaritan man. And he was walking along with his donkey and he was on his way to Jericho. Now I wonder what he's going to do. I wonder if he's going to stop. What do you think? Well, here we are again. The man with his donkey, the Samaritan man, he did stop. Now, the thing is, this is a Samaritan and this is a Jew. And the Samaritan and the Jews really didn't get on. They really didn't like each other. In fact, what you normally would have found, you would have thought it was the Samaritan that would normally be laying down and the Jew walking along. But it was a little bit different this time. The Jew was lying down and the Samaritan was walking along. And he did stop. And do you know what he did? He jumped off his donkey, okay, and he found some bandages. And he started to bandage the man up, all those little bits where he was hurting. And he put some oil on as well to help make him feel better. And he put him on his donkey. And then he took him down the rest of the road all the way to Jericho. Wasn't that kind? Wasn't that caring? He really cared about that man that had been beaten up on that road. And then he went to an inn, somewhere where the man could sleep. And he left the man there and he said to the innkeeper, I am going to give you some money to pay for this man to stay with you. And the man gave 2 silver coins. And that was a lot of money then, because you'd get 1 silver coin for 1 day's work and another silver coin for another day's work. So this Samaritan man gave a lot of money. And he said then, if it's not enough, then when I come past this way again, I'll give you some more money. Wow, wasn't that kind? So, who was the kind person? It was the Samaritan. It was the Samaritan man. The other 2 weren't quite so kind, were they? The thing that amazes me about this story is that the Samaritan, the one that was walking past with his donkey and helped that person lying on the floor, really didn't like Jewish people. And actually the man that was on the floor was Jewish. So really those 2 people really shouldn't have liked each other. But the Samaritan showed kindness, even though he might not have liked that person lying on the floor. How kind is that? I mean, he was so kind, wasn't he? He picked him up, he bandaged him, he put him on his donkey, and then he took him off and found him somewhere to sleep, and he even paid money for him and said, if it's not enough money, then I'll come back and pay for more. How kind was that? That Samaritan man really changed something, didn't he, through his kindness. As we finish this assembly, I just want you to take a moment, maybe close your eyes just for a moment and think, how could my kindness change things?